Well, good afternoon, Cowboys Nation. How's everybody doing today? Well, we start this episode off on a sad note. It looks like Dak will be taking and having pinning a an additional opinion. It looks like he's going to go on injured reserve and will not be returning this year as he's having season-ending surgery on that hamstring. Uh, when it rains, it pours, my friend. That's like I was sitting there and shout out to Nick Brooks, a friend of mine that real close friend that's taking and working on the Harley. And he's like, well, Mac, you're not going to like me. It seemed like, well, we look at this. Oh, no, it's something else. That's kind of bad like this season is gone. And by the way, folks, this is not a Philadelphia Eagles shirt. Would not wear that on this air ever. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even wear it. This is a Harley Davidson shirt from a local dealership here in the Carolinas. So Dak's going to have season-ending surgery. What next? Me personally, I'm all for. I know what Cooper Rush is. I know what he is, what he's got. I'm all for putting Trey Lance in there. I know Jerry has said that they do have some packages for Lance, potentially this game or the next, to come in and do some stuff. I don't want him in there to be running the ball, though. I want to see what he can do with his arm. Let's see what the kid's got. Maybe it develops into a future backup quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe it's somebody that, later on we can potentially trade if we re-sign him. Also, what if he goes out and he takes and gets a free agency offer? Well, that's a comp pick, folks. We're recouping something off of that trade that we made. Whether you agree with it or not, at the time I thought it was great because point blank, we never know what he could develop into, and we did not know how things were going to work out with Dak's contract. Right now we know we've got Dak for the long run. And so best he can be here as a backup. So what do we do with him? I don't want to see him sitting on the bench. I'm sorry. Let Cooper be his backup. Maybe you put Cooper in this game. I don't know but get him prepped for the next one. Let's see what we got. I don't know that we're going to be able to take and make the playoffs without Dak. I don't even know that we made it with Dak at this point this year. The injuries have just been piling on. Kind of like my bike, it's like boom, 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 this, and this. And, it's like, wow, whew, give me a break. And, that's the way this year's been. In this one. Deron Bland's still not going to make his season debut. And we're what week? Getting ready to be week 9 for us. So we're at the halfway point of the season, and he's still not playing. That foot injury is apparently a little bit more than expected. We do have promising news that he's not ruled out. He's questionable, but Micah Parsons may be playing this week. Win or lose, I'd love to see him sack Jalen Hurts 5 or 6 times. Just light him up. Level Saquon Barkley. Win or lose. Come on, Micah. Tyler Guyton's questionable as well. And Trayvon Diggs, due to an illness, is questionable as well. Hopefully he gets to feeling better. So, and Hendricks is also questionable for this game. Again, when it rains, it pours. And this is the year that it seems like Dallas is snake bit with injuries or illnesses or whatever, that they just can't get healthy enough to field everybody on the squad to put up a fighting chance against a quality team. And folks, with this first place schedule that we've got as the NFC defending champions, we're facing the cream of the crop. And our schedule is not getting any lighter. There's some people saying that, myself included, that we may only be favored in 2 more games, and not for sure really how much we're going to be favored in those games either, depending on the quarterback situation between when we come to Carolina or when we face New York on Thanksgiving Day. At least let us have some turkey and a victory. So at this point, we're going to take a commercial break and allow our sponsors to inform you of the products. For those listening on Fans First Sports Network, we'll be right back. Thank you and God bless you. Awesome. Welcome back to Starstruck with Mack Davis, the face that made the face. Here on Boom Broadcasting and Fans for Sports Network. I think my son's going to put on his link for merchandise through Fanatics. So get your Cowboys gear, get your sports gear, even if you're not a Cowboys fan, go out and get that and use the link that he's given out and help support the guys here at Boom Broadcasting with a lot of great content. You got Carson doing the Lombardi party. Unfortunately, that word doesn't even play this year. I don't think we're going to be able to hoist that thing. You got a lot of guys doing some great content, wrestling, sports, cooking, baseball, fantasy football, a lot of good content, basketball, coming on, even movie critics and show critics with Sean. And you got quick hits with Shannon. Dude's awesome. Like to thank every one of them for all the content they're providing for our fans, for our subscribers here at Boom Broadcasting. And for those listening at Fans for Sports Network, go give them a look out on our YouTube and social media channels. That's Boom Broadcasting. Now, if you've been watching Starstruck, you know that I've been counting down my top 100 players in Cowboys lore. Now, this is not what they did on the field. This is not how the analysts and everybody else in the sports world tells you this person should be ranked here, this person should be ranked here, the top 100. This is my 100. This is who I love as a fan. This is who made the fans list. And you heard me talking about it on Out of Pocket. I probably got CD way too low right now because CD Lamb, that game you played the other night against Atlanta, bro, that moved you up. You're going to move up. Don't worry about where you're going to be placed right now. You're going to be moving up on that list. And, so the parameters of this is it has to be a player. One, because if we're talking about my all-time 100 Cowboys, coaches included, Tom Landry's number one on the list, bar none. So, I excluded the coaches and excluded the owners or any administrative folks in the thing, any announcers, any media. Love you, Mickey Spagnola and Nick Eatman, both of who we got to meet in Jacksonville, by the way. Awesome folks. But this is players that have donned the star for at minimum 1 year. They could have started their career with the Dallas. They could have been with the Cowboys their entire career, or they could have been with them a short duration. But the requirement is you had to don the star for 1 year. You didn't even have to start. You didn't even have to hit the field. You just had to be on the team. So you've seen the ones that have come through so far, and we're getting ready to start with number 85, and that is DeMarvion Overshawn. Wow. Last year was your rookie year, son. you spent that on IR with a torn ACL. Didn't have a lot of hope for you this year. Being honest, I didn't have a lot of hope for him because I figured, he'll need another year or two to really acclimate and get into the NFL and get over this injury. DeMarvin Overshawn, you've been one of the bright spots on this team, on this defense right now. With all the injuries it's suffered, you keep making plays week after week. I know that, for this year, it may not be conducive to the record. It may not show up as much. But, man, I'm waiting to see you when we've got a full complement of our players. When Deron's out there and him and Trayvon are covering the edges. When Micah and DeMarcus Lawrence are out there. Kendricks is healthy. And you get to unleash your talent. Wow. I can't wait. You've proven to me that you're one great player. And you just got a good attitude. As a rookie, having to deal with that injury, you just had upbeat personality throughout that injury. You didn't take and sit here and sulk. You didn't fall victim of your circumstances. You made the best of it. You got better. You got healthier. And you gave God the praise for giving you this opportunity and seeing you through it. And you never got down on yourself. You never got down on the organization. You never got down on the fans. You just kept plugging away, getting better, getting healthier. Because you knew this was coming. And you had full knowledge of your athletic ability. And what that ability that is. And you've done great. I know that you're going to be another one that will be going up on the list. 85 is not where you'll reside forever. Your destiny's much higher. I look forward to watching you grow and mature as a Dallas Cowboy linebacker and watching you play year in and year out. Hopefully you're with us for a very long time, my friend. Moving right along to one of my favorite players that's often underrated, Michael Gallup. Nobody had toe drag swag like Michael. He can make some acrobatic catches. Unfortunately, Michael got injured, and it just seemed like he couldn't make it back. He just couldn't get over that injury hump that he had. Sometimes it takes guys a little bit longer. Unfortunately, Michael, your contract was to the point where your opportunity didn't allow for more opportunity to get over that injury. Because you definitely proved what a talent you were on the field. I remember going to Atlanta, and that was the year that his brother committed suicide, and Jerry left him behind as the team flew back to Dallas. And it was the first game that I ever taken my boys to, Michael and his brother Hunter, and we got to watch them play the Atlanta Falcons. And that year they won, unlike this year, on the last second field goal. And Michael Gallup played that game. With his brother having passed, he played. And he had a pretty decent game. But Michael always acted a pro. And, a lot of people make comments about Amari Cooper and Amari Cooper's contract and Amari Cooper's trade, what we gave up and what we got in return, and what, Cleveland Browns later traded Amari Cooper for. Dallas needed to get out of that contract, but they signed that contract knowing that at one point they were going to make a decision between Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper. And me personally, no offense to Amari Cooper, I think is an awesome talent. And he's still playing in the league. Michael Gallup was the right decision. Now, Michael, as you know, got cut this past offseason and wasn't re-signed. And he ended up going and he signed a contract in the offseason with the Raiders in Las Vegas, and then ends up retiring. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to be a Raider anyway. I wouldn't want it either. Finish your career as a Cowboy, my friend. It was a great career. Loved having you as a Cowboy and loved being a fan of you. Now, moving right along to number 83 in the countdown. It couldn't be a countdown without Everson Walls. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Everson was an interception machine. Year after year, starting with the rookie year. You just didn't throw against number 24, my friend. If you did, chances are you might relive to regret that. It's kind of like Diggs now and Deron Bland. So come right back, Deron. So Everson Walls just made so many plays throughout history of the Dallas Cowboys. And unfortunately, he came in at a point where Dallas was coming off their plateau of the 70s. And so, I mean, you know, it was tough. And I mean, if you look at it, I mean, this was the time frame that San Francisco started to peak in the 80s and take that mantle as the team of the NFC away from the Cowboys. But Everson Walls was still a class act. He gave Dallas a chance year in and year out and played great in the secondary. He was truly a shutdown corner prior to Deion Sanders. You know, he was just fun. He was fun to watch. Even as he's taken and went on beyond the football field, he took in he has done podcasts, he's done shows and everything like that, and just seeing his personality, what a dude. You know, it's like if you could hang out with somebody and have fun, Everson Walls would be one of those guys. You know, besides a celebrity, besides being a sports icon in Dallas, just all around great guy that you'd be like, wow, what a dude. And you would have fun. It'd be stories to tell, stories to listen to. You know, and so it's like, how could it not be? You know, and there again, Everson was there during my teenage years. So getting to watch him, getting to brag about him intercepting Theismann or intercepting this one or intercepting that one, Phil Simms, whoever it may be, it was awesome. You know, there's a lot of quarterbacks that help him make a living. Thank you, Everson, for the memories. Thank you for being the class act that you were. Now moving right along to the individual that spots number 82. And in being honest, looking at it, I could probably flip 81 and 82. All right. And so, you know what? I am. Folks, I'm going to give you 81 because he's actually probably going to move down to 82. And that's Rayfield Wright. Rayfield is a Hall of Famer. Rayfield was a dude. I mean, he protected. Man, did he protect for Mr. Staubach. I mean, he was the epitome of an offensive tackle. Now, keep in mind, now I've got him at, it says 81. He's actually going to be ranked 82. All right, in my top 100. Because, I mean, you know, no offense to Rayfield Wright. Rayfield Wright was an awesome competitor. Great childhood memories watching him play. But 82 is moving up to 81. And number 82 is still playing. And that's Mr. Tyler Smith, who has now become probably the best offensive lineman we've got on the field. Now, you look at that. He was there, drafted in the first round in 2022. And most of you, if you're totally honest with yourself, you was like, what? Because that's where I was. I was like, really? Oh Lord, we really reached on this one, boys. Michael, I don't know what we did. I don't know why we did that. I just don't see it. Was we that desperate for an offensive lineman that we're going to draft Tyler Smith over these other cats that are still on the board? And granted, they was wiped out at a lot of positions on the offensive line. A lot of men went before him in that draft, but none of them been better than him. Mr. Tyler Smith's an all-pro, bro. He is a man among men. And he's from the hometown of Texas, of the Dallas Cowboys. He's a hometown boy. So you know what Tyler grew up doing? Cheering for the star. And you know what? Now he's wearing the star. And he's representing the star. And for that, you moved up from 82 to 81. And son, you are amazing. And I look forward to seeing you grow. Because in 2 years, you know, and no offense to Zach Martin. Zach Martin's on the tail end of his all-pro Hall of Fame career. And he's still a man. And Zach still the senator. But if we had to be honest and objective, we would say Tyler Smith's the best offensive lineman we got on the field right now. Now, I think Guyton's going to come along. I do. I think Beebe is going to be great. I do. But the man in the middle, Mr. Tyler Smith's going to make it happen. He's going to afford them young men, them rookies, an opportunity to grow and not get the quarterback killed. Now, on the other side, we got Zach, who's declining in his year and in his career. And we got Mr. Terrence Steele. Now, Mr. Terrence Steele, you better start playing, my friend, because you're going to be a cut this year if you don't. That's money on the board. You got to show them why they need to spend that $14 million. Because right now, they aren't seeing it. If they are, they're seeing something that I have not seen yet. You're having probably one of the worst years of your career. This man's playing hard. This man's doing his job. This man's doing it with class. And I'm sorry I doubted you. I'm sorry that I doubted Will McClay and the boys. Because, you know, they know how to draft offensive linemen. We've seen it. That's the reason Tyler Guyton gets such a good pass. Because we've seen it. We've seen it with Zach. We've seen it with Travis. We've seen it with Tyron. And we've seen it with Tyler. That's the reason Mr. Guyton gets a pass. That he can grow. And that he'll get better. And we trust in that. Because of this man, Mr. Tyler Smith. Who just has an awesome, upbeat personality. When he come to the interview on the press conference with a mama, who's a teacher, which I like even better because my background's in education. You know, that was amazing. And Tyler, you're doing it. You're doing it with class. You're doing it with the machismo. You a Cowboy fan and you growing up to be a Cowboy. A number 1 draft pick. Soon to be all pro. Soon, hopefully, to stay in Dallas and become a Hall of Fame Cowboy. And you've already moved up one spot. You going to keep moving, my friend. Keep up the good work. Because you're going to keep moving up. Because you know what? Just like my motorcycle, I like my Harley fat boy. I like the big boys in the line. You know, as us big boys got to represent one another, and you got that. You know, we ain't the hogs. We just the Great Wall of Dallas, version 2. We just need to get a couple pieces to clean up their act. But not you, Tyler, because you keep moving up. You, Mr. BB. Mr. Guyton will join y'all someday soon. All right? God bless you. Now, we're going to go ahead and end this episode, and we're going to let you know that in the edited words of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, born second to none and has no equals, America's team. Number 1 in your guide, fan guide. Number 1 in your heart. Number 1 on the screen because of that star. God bless you, and I'll see you next week.